So I think this morning's conversation was really focused on the role of antitrust versus the role of regulation and what role the FTC plays in all of this. And from at least my perspective, antitrust's greatest strength is its simplicity. It first of all is a law of general application, meaning very few companies are immune from antitrust scrutiny. Secondly, it is very important that antitrust be focused on what the interest of the consumer is, not on other equities that maybe other regulators look at. And then finally, when you are evaluating harm in the market, you do so under a kind of a rule of reason, cost-benefit-like approach. You evaluate the anti-competitive versus the pro-competitive. If you believe that those three things are core to the antitrust law, then you are not looking at something that looks like per se regulation. When you think about per se regulation, you're prescribing an outcome in the market. You're not there to promote competition. And so I think a lot of the conversation this morning focused on legislatively the history of why the Congress has been not interested in giving the FTC competition rulemaking, why today's legislation that Congress is considering doesn't have rulemaking powers for the agency to pursue, and how, in fact, one should go about possibly reforming antitrust law. I think there was a large agreement on the panel that if one wants to make changes to the antitrust law, it's not probably going to be best accomplished through the Congress. It'll be best accomplished maybe with the agency providing guidance that over time incrementally moves the courts in the direction that some people would like to see. So I think today's panel was a kickoff to what will be a much larger conversation throughout the day about the role of the Federal Trade Commission and Rulemaking Authority, but today's first conversation started out with what was the intent of Congress, how has Congress looked at Rulemaking Authority for the agency, and how the legislation today does not look to empower the agency to write competition rules.